Yeah. Yeah. It's your boy Angelo Savage, man. Y'all know what it is. And we back down like SmackDown, man. Already now? Shit. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Angelo Savage. We back with another night news. And y'all know what it is, man. And you know what it do, what it do, what it don't. So we're gonna get right to it. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Y'all already know what it is. It's the night date. It's the Savage Night News. And this is what we do over here, man. Okay. Let me do one more thing really quick before the show starts. Oh, that motherfucker said I was live immediately. I like that shit. Okay. We're live. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see what it is, do what it is. So, it seems like some crazy stuff has been happening lately. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's the Daily Night News, Angelo Savage Report. Y'all already know what it is, man. If you don't know, you better subscribe to the channel right now. If you don't know, now you know, mother sucker. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Let's get it busting your ear. Let's go.
Some really wild video here. Chaos at the border of Spain's North African enclave in Morocco. This is a city called Ceuta. You're watching as thousands of migrants break through the fence and completely overwhelm the border police. Their video showing huge groups of people, mostly young military-age guys, cramming into inflatable tubes or arriving on shore another way, some of them wading in the water as they break through the gates to get to the other side. Sandra, this is reminiscent of kind of what we saw during the open border during the Biden administration through 2021,
That's
2024,
worse.
kind of similar to what we saw in Del Rio back in 2021. The socialist agenda, their platform literally says they want to abolish borders, abolish immigration enforcement, have complete freedom of movement. This is what it looks like in another country if they get what they want. Notice there is no resistance from the government whatsoever. These people are coming in without any obstruction. And if people don't know, Spain has a very left-wing government. Earlier this year, they did a big amnesty program for over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the country. They had 1.3 million illegal immigrants apply for that amnesty program between April and June. So that's what we call a pull factor, Sandra. They're looking for something like that. They know if they can just get their foot in the country, maybe someday that left-wing government will do another amnesty program. And you were just reading some of the wires. The locals want an emergency declaration. It sounds like
the ministry's saying no, and they will not deploy military to the border.
Apparently they don't think this is an I mean, look at this. This is a total free-for-all.
It does feel like we are looking at a few years ago when you're reporting at the border here in the United States. This is happening right now. This story is breaking right now.
Y'all ever seen World War Z with Brad Pitt? This is it. So basically what's going on here is they're saying that basically an amnesty program, I never heard of that, but it seems as if the people that were in the country at the time who applied for it can stay citizens now that they're illegal migrants. So the new migrants, they said, oh damn, we should have been in the country when this happened. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break in. We're gonna put our stuff down so when it happens again, we can get in. This looks like what happened in the Biden administration, just ever so slightly. This looks a little worse, I'm not gonna lie, for the time being. You know, ours, we have borders and stuff, and then people were going around the borders. But this looks like what it was, and it's like, whoa, bro. Like, is this what happens when the government is left-leaning? Y'all just allow people to bomb rush your country? And the thing is, it's not even about the people that needs to be over there. It's the point that the people that are in there that are either citizens or they've been there. What about them? I want y'all to think about those individuals. What about those individuals that live there but feel unsafe now because you've let all these people in and they're like bum rushing the border. That's what I want you guys to understand when it comes to a situation like this. I want you to look at yourself and be like, man, and this is how Americans felt too. This is how I felt in Illinois. We let people come in, right? Maybe they need to do it, maybe they don't. That's besides me. I'm not the dictator of why they came over and why not. I don't care why they had to come over. Let's just assume like the point, if they needed to or if they didn't need it to, right? But they came over. And then our government's like, okay, any illegal immigrant in the country right now is they're legal at this point as long as you apply for this program. And then the next basically route of them came in right after them and said, all right, man, what about us? Can we come in too? And then they just bum rush the gate. Look, this looks horrible, doesn't it? Look at that. Running. Where are the law enforcement? There is none at all. Like, y'all not even going to attempt to stop this? No, even local law enforcement. I bet everybody in Spain right there just looks. I bet they're terrified, man. It looks like a scary sight. A bunch of strangers. No, y'all got to understand. These are a bunch of no names, no trace, don't know who they are. So if they commit a crime, other than your surveillance, you still don't have a link to this individual, because this person doesn't exist in your country, which means you don't have a profile on them. So these are new people that commit new crime. There's a right way and a wrong way of going through certain things like this. Me, personally, I believe that they should do it the right way, but their country is obviously allowing this to happen, so why not do it? Now, you see these people that are trying to get over the board, that's their little, their protection right there, but then they just went around the water. They just went around the opposite way and went in, and they're in. And pretty much are just full-fledged pushing their way into the country. Now, for those that don't understand the severity of the situation is very dire. And what I mean by that is that there's a possibility that this happens in a lot of more other countries where the migrants don't like their country or say they committed crime in their country. So they leave and they push themselves into another country by force. And they use the laws against their own government. Kind of like our law. It's you're a citizen as long as you give birth on the property, like on the border line. Like if you're on the property of the United States, you're considered a citizen, the baby. Which is crazy because that's what we were fighting for, because it was initially for the descendants of slaves, but now it's for everybody. So the government knows that, okay, well, we're going to keep this in order. I'm not saying they should take it away, but they should adjust it a little bit. So people are abusing it, they manipulate it, and then you have governors that are in the state, like the governor of Illinois. He'll just push them right in and let them stay. You get what I'm saying? So then next you know it, the governor of Illinois is just letting the immigrants come from the border straight to Illinois. And then recently they just determined that the second biggest city of Illinois, Aurora, Illinois, is basically they can't count their census because they were counting immigrants too, which is the reason why they get majority votes and they can gerrymander and get certain votes going towards basically the governor. So basically he lets people in, give them a limited amount of money, give them housing, and then they vote for him when they're not supposed to vote because they're immigrants. But of course they're going to vote for what he wants because that keeps them in the country. This is a sticky situation, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very sticky situation. I don't condone, let's just say that. I don't condone if you want to get into a country, you should do it the righteous way. But like I said, if the country allows you to do it, I guess why not, right? You know what I mean? If the country allows you to finesse them, come in the country, move how you want to move, I guess who are they to stop? You know what I mean? So that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. This is literally what just happened in the United States like 2 years ago, for real. Like they bum rushed the United States border and they let them all in and they dispersed. and then they gave them free housing and free clothing. Like, you got to think about it. These are immigrants. They ain't got no baggage. They ain't got no clothes. How they gonna get clothes? They ain't got no money. So they jump across the border. No money, no clothes, no food. How else do you think they're gonna get it? They have to commit crimes in order to live in this new country that they just snuck into. That's what y'all think about this in the comments section. Do you agree with the immigrants pushing the border, or do you think that they should take the righteous way out and just apply to get in? Y'all tell me about that in the comment section. Your boy Angelo Savage. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is Savage Report. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who is this flooding my chat, G? You must don't know the rules, shorty. Look, you must don't know the rules. I react, and when I'm done reacting, if it's not relevant to the video, I don't read your comment. And plus, you gotta subscribe in order for me to read your comment. Okay? So I appreciated. Was it Aladdin? Eldon? How do you say? Is that an L? Alden? What up, man? Yes, I see your chat, bro. I see your chat, but I can't read your chat while I'm giving a reaction. Does that make sense, brother? Appreciate the love. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Donald Trump, 74. Next, I'll send. Hold on, let me zoom this in. This shit is so small. What the hell? Okay, no, that's better. Okay, that's way better. Okay. Next, I'll send the A-10 Thunderbolt to deal with these guys. Send the load, man. Send the load. How this shit is out of... Now my little light want to have no battery. Hold on. So, send the load, Donald Trump. Send the load, man. Hold on real quick. All right. We back down. We back down like SmackDown. You hear me? Had to plug in the light now. I thought it said it was full. Now it's not full, so it's okay. I'll put the charger to it. Back to the comments really quick. Thanks. What is it? Thanks for your support. It's not mainland Spain. It's North Morocco, and most went back home. Read more. I live in Europe. Look, if they weren't committing a crime, it wouldn't be on the news, sir. Literally. If they weren't storming, even if it's North Spain, right? If they're not supposed to be there, then they shouldn't be there, right? They obviously have borders and stuff. So basically what you're saying is they're not breaking the border, Mr. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure of this, but I'm gonna take your word from it. It says thanks for your support. It's not mainland Spain. It's North Morocco, and most went back home. So you're saying that they did not jump the border to go into another land that they're not supposed to be in. They just went back to their main land that they were originally at. Is that what you're telling me? I'm not sure. I just know if motherfuckers like this in Illinois, that's just what happened in down in Texas, down in California, and send you to Africa too. Damn, this nigga racist. He says, send me to Africa. What I do? Europe, U.S. ruined the world through their foreign policy, and they act shocked and appalled when people migrate. Look, people gonna migrate regardless because of the fact that shit, if it's not a country you want to be in, and then it's a country you want to be in, you gonna do what? You gonna escape, brother. And I'm not saying it's if it's best for your family, do whatever you want to do. It's just illegal. You know what I mean? As a black man, build that wall, build that wall. Build that shit, or it'll end up like shit like country England. Yo, it's gonna end up like the UK. It's gonna end up like, what other country does it? Canada. Come on, bro. Just or just let their ass in. Let them all in then. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, just let them in then if y'all feel like those people should be in the country, right? Because I think the people that are defending the migrants are the same people that are not looking at it from the lens of the people that are the citizens born in that area. Does that make sense? And then you got to think about it too. We don't know who these people are. So they commit crime and then they disappear and they never can be found other than the police looking for them. But there is no link to this person. He has no profile in this country. He said we'll end up like that shit. Like we'll end up like shit country, England. I'm a big fan. Appreciate the love. Apparently it was orchestrated by Israel. Israel's behind the G? That's crazy. I don't think that's far-fetched at all. Israel always behind some shit. Let me ask you this. Where are the children? Where are the women? These are all fighting age men. Facts. That's what they were saying. They were saying these are all like fighting age men, men of that can move around. There's no women in here. Like are y'all should have brought the women to procreate inside the country if they have the same rules like the United States. If you're born in the country, then you get what I'm saying. Unless they're going to procreate or try to procreate with the women inside of Spain. And they'd be like, oh, my kid is in Spain. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what they're going to do. But it would be sensible if they just brought like their wife or something like they did in the United States. They brought their family and then they procreated in the United States and delivered their baby. Their baby become a natural born citizen because it was born in the United States. Spain got the same area in the 1800s to control. See, I don't even know too much about that. I'm black, G. We don't hang over there in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe over there in the UK, possibly. Spain got the area. Okay. He said that wasn't racist, bro. Read more information. This is Morocco's government allowing this happening, wanting back their territory from colonial times. Now, that doesn't, no, you can't do that, bro. It says, thanks for support. It says, read more information. This in Morocco's government allowing this happen. Wanting their territory from colonial times. You cannot dictate that you get your territory back from colonial. That's not how that works. That's like motherfuckers from Ukraine is trying to attack Russia, like it's happening right now, and they want their land back from back in the day. Like you, nigga, your shit's taken. But then again, like you said, if they coming over and they not stopping them, so be it. You know what I'm saying? You see, a country's nothing without a border. Because if I can come over to your country without you stopping me from coming to your country, what's stopping me from conquering your land? So, like, if the government allows it to happen, so be it. Just like our government. Our government allowed for over, almost 8 million people to come into our country within a span of, 3 years. And I think, 2 to 3 millions of them came through in the last, 4 months of Biden's presidency. And that's the killer part of it. And then they hid, and then they used basically our states like state of Illinois, New York City, California to hide them out and put them in certain places. That's why ICE was. So you got to think about it. It's the same thing that happened in the United States of America, right? We let all the immigrants come in, right? And that's whatever. Biden did it, yeah, of course. Because why let the immigrants come in? Because there was about to be some voter fraud going on. That's why. This is all set up. Ladies and gentlemen, at least I can revert this back into America. You let the immigrants come in, right? Not only do they use, because like I said, they got to eat, they got somewhere to sleep, they got to make money in order to provide for themselves unless the government provides it, right? Which we started doing in these sanctuary cities, just like Chicago and Illinois in general. And I live out here in Chicago. So I want people to understand money's not free. And when you bring immigrants into your country, regardless if they were there originally, you still have to provide for these people now, or they will commit crimes in your area, which they eventually will. I'll be honest, Chicago's little Venezuela right now. I was up north at the beach. You got the Venezuelans, because this wasn't like this before COVID, before all this shit happened. They riding around the mopeds. When did niggas start riding around the mopeds like they out in Venezuela shit in the Dominican? Facts. And then they riding around and they getting their bread. That's cool. It's just, it looked like Venezuela in this bitch. And some people are like, oh, they Mexican. No, they not Mexican, G. Don't get it twisted now. Let start hearing them talk. You're not gonna hear Mexican Spanish here. You're gonna hear that Venezuelan Spanish. It's a little different. That's why Trump is the best thing that happened since the little boy dropped. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Trump don't even have that much power, too. It's like, Trump has as much power as they allow him to have. After that, like you see, like he sent the ICE out, right? And then the governors in the states of those people were preventing the federal government from doing their job. And then they convinced the public to protest that. So then the public citizens are protesting for immigrants to invade their cities against the federal government, bro. So like when I seen all the protests and all this shit going on, I'm like, damn, are y'all gonna protest your own federal government that's trying to help you get the bad people out of your country? That's kind of weird. It's kind of ass backwards, to be honest. Like if you really want to think about it like this, it's really backwards. Why would you protest? And look, I wasn't out there. No ICE. Fuck all that shit. I'm not protesting ICE. They're doing their job. You know what I'm saying? That they always were doing. You know, I'm just saying, like, look, this is, and I heard, and this is rumors. I could be right, I could be wrong, but you know, on Facebook, it'd be posting videos. Some of the migrants were breaking into people's houses at night in Spain. Yes. In that part of Spain. They were breaking into people's houses, climbing up the walls and shit. I say, oh, goddamn. Y'all didn't let these motherfuckers in, and now they immediately commit crime. Like I said, how do you, they probably didn't come over with no food, no clothes. What do you think they about to do, bro? Fish? Nigga, come on. They ain't got no fishing rods. They gonna make some shit, right? They're about to start killing and stealing. What do you think is about to happen? Let's just be like sensical of this situation, right? Because we play dumb a lot, bro. Look, like this situation is not far-fetched. This situation is as prominent as it is in the United States. But the thing is with the United States is that when the next governor, because to be honest, when everybody came in, they kind of made Trump the president when it happened. They were like, all right, nigga, you got hella migrants in your cities just hiding out. And that's what's happening, bro. They was getting better link. They was getting better Section 8. And then motherfuckers been trying to wait on Section 8 for years on the wait list. Immigrants come in and take the Section 8, G. Homeless man been waiting on the corner for years trying to get a house. Immigrants come in, take the hotels that the government is giving them immediately. They getting $80,000. They getting $8,000, $15,000 on EBT. Regular families, niggas can't get the EBT, G. And then they be like, oh, black people taking all the welfare. Nigga, they just gave the welfare to the immigrants times 20. They're getting immigrants $15,000 in EBT cash, $8,000 in EBT, food, like the food stamps. And then they complain about the black people getting $800 a month. Confused. You know, but that's just what it is, man. Then they say, oh, why the state of Illinois is in a debt deficit? We're in a debt deficit because we're giving money away. And then we make fake jobs to give people jobs that are not qualified for it. That's why we're in a debt deficit in the state of Illinois. In Chicago. So look, I'm just a reporter here. I'm just a messenger. This is going to happen in a bunch of countries that start leaning left because you have the people that are like, oh, people should not be, they should be free. What makes us feel like we should keep people out from living? It's like, nigga, that's not our job. Do that in China. Do that in Russia. You're going to see why. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see why you shouldn't do it. Look, if the country was my shit, look, I'm taking all the niggas to jail that's protesting, talking about fuck ICE, because it's so funny, too, because when I started seeing, like, it was a bunch of pro-ICE, like No King's Parade in Chicago, bro. That shit is nonsense. They protesting ICE. Imagine this. You're protesting the person that's protecting you. That's nuts. You're protesting the person that is protecting you. Like, motherfuckers was attacking the FBI. Like, what the fuck? Y'all attacking DHS? Homeland Security? Y'all attacking the CIA next? What else is next, G? You gonna attack your mama? Shit, what's going on? So, like, when they were doing the protests in Illinois, at least, it was just, when they were doing the ICE raids all around the country, it was kind of entertaining because it just tells you how ignorant people are. Because I'm like, damn, like these niggas' job has been this job before y'all was probably little. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was little when they had this job description. Like, Get them out they have snuck in the country, or they are their cars is not valid anymore. Their job is to get them. That's it. Get them out the country. That's it. People see that as a threat. They're like, nah, they're looking like, bro, look, that's what they're supposed to do, G. DHS, Department of Homeland Security, they supposed to protect people, protect the homeland. One sits at the airports and the border, up in the north and the south borders, and they prevent people from trafficking drugs and contraband and shit into the country. And then there's ICE, the niggas that are in the country, and they got to get them out. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of that. It's awkward. Let's just say it's a strange thing, because, ladies and gentlemen, we got to understand this is a big problem. And I hate to harp on this situation, but it's just when you got guys coming in droves. Look at that boy. they boy, look at that. Where the funny part is, where are the officers for this happen? There's no way they did not know this is happening. Do y'all have guns out there? Are you a country that allows weapons? Look at where are the females at? No female, just all guys. What are their intentions? Yeah. We got the flippers on, nigga. He was ready. Look at that. In it, boy. They breaking the law and they happy. No officers in sight. Yeah. Y'all, it's a dub for y'all in Spain, G. All I'm saying is I feel bad for the individuals that live there and is frightened right now. Definitely if y'all, I wonder, let me Google it right now. What part of Spain is this? Immigrant. Can Spain have guns? I want to know. Okay, it says, yes, you can own guns in Spain, but it's illegal only with strict license for hunting. It is legal only with strict license for hunting, sport, shooting, and professional security. Gun ownership is tight and controlled as a privilege regulated by the civil guard rather than a constitutional right. Yeah, man. So it says, look, it says the type of licensing. This one, it says self-defense license be extremely rare and difficult for regular citizens to get grant, or only if you face or a proven severe documented threat of your life. So in order for you to get a firearm for self-defense in Spain, you have to get and grant only if you face a proven severe and documented threat to your life. Somebody would have to almost harm you, kill you, threat to your life in order for you to get a gun in Spain for self-defense purposes. That's crazy. And that's the type of country they're trying to live in. Like right here in the state of Illinois, they're trying to remove guns. I wonder why they're trying to remove firearms from us, man. Because they understand what they're doing. People don't see it that way. They just like, oh man, we shouldn't have guns because they're violent. Okay, let's take away the guns and enter the illegals. This shit get corrupt out here in the state of Illinois. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this. What's going on, man? Let's go to the next topic. It's your boy Savage. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the love. This is Savage Night News. We on to the next one, man. Subscribe now, please. Thank you. Peace. Alrighty now. It seems like we got some trouble. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
To an AI.
It seems as if Anthropic AI model hacks 3 companies, ladies and gentlemen. This is despicable. I think the change is happening now. Let's see what happens. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Make sure you subscribe.
To an AI giant, Anthropic. The company says one of its models broke into the computer system of 3 other organizations, and all of this comes just days after OpenAI said one of its models went rogue and hacked into an online library. So what's going on here? Elizabeth Schulze has been tracking the latest. Elizabeth, this is alarming.
Yeah, Rachel, it is. Good morning. This is another warning about how powerful these AI models are becoming. Anthropic, which is the maker of Claude, says that while it was recently testing out its AI, its models hacked the computer systems of 3 other organizations without authorization by humans. Anthropic saying that Claude compromised the impacted organization's infrastructure using basic techniques like exploiting weak passwords. Anthropic did not name the companies affected. It says that it discovered these incidents while reviewing its security in the wake of an alarming disclosure last week by its rival OpenAI, which makes ChatGPT. In that case, OpenAI said that 2 of its models went rogue. They broke out of a security test and hacked the systems of another AI startup. OpenAI called it an unprecedented cyber incident. And this is all raising concerns about how quickly AI is developing and the need for potential regulation. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman was here in Washington this week. Some lawmakers are calling for an AI kill switch. Keep in mind, Anthropic and OpenAI, 2 giants already at the forefront of this, are now urging the government to slow down the pace of AI development, guys.
Yeah, and I think we need that kill switch faster than we think. And be honest, the companies should probably make a kill switch themselves without the authority of the government by itself, right? So, if I'm OpenAI or I'm Anthropic, I would already have a kill switch sitting there, just in case it gets out of hand. We should not wait until the government decides to have a kill switch in order to make one. Y'all should already probably hate one because you understand the threat that we're dealing with. But due to the fact that we're in a AI race with China, we will allow the AI to compromise our own country and hack other companies. You got to think about it. If it can hack us, it can hack other people. And I predicted this, and I'm pro AI. I use Claude and I use ChatGPT, but I predict eventually the government won't step in until they hack something that's in a government facility and that is classified, and then they were able to access it. Not saying that they declassified it or exposed it, but they were able to access classified information. And that's when the government's gonna be like, whoa, let's put a kill switch on this. Then they're gonna halt it. But until then, they will. I'm be honest. I think the government will allow the government to fall through the AI. If the creators of the AI is telling you, put a kill switch on this motherfucker, make some regulations, you should probably listen to these individuals, right? It just makes sense. We're putting all our trust in this. It's crazy. We need to eventually come to a mutual understanding that, it's really the responsibility of the people that are making it, right? Because they're making a supercomputer, right? Like a super duper computer that can do things that you don't tell it to do. You tell it to create make me a 7-figure business. It will literally make a plan, execute plan, do whatever it needs to hack the information to get to where it can, I need the analytics of da-da-da channel. It will hack your channel or find a loophole to get in to give me the numbers to come back. Not saying that the AI is doing anything malicious to your account, but it's the only malicious thing it's doing is it's hacking into your account. But once it hacks into your account by trying, like it said, it used weak passwords. What do you mean? It tried multiple passwords until it hacked through it. And once it got through it, it got the information it needed and came back out with it, but it didn't harm your account or anything, but it did get into it. That's a problem. And this is why they say change your passwords every 3 months, because stuff like this, the computer's predicting passwords. And then we gotta understand, ladies and gentlemen, as well, that the computer knows the computer more than we know the computer. So when OpenAI just came out and said that it hacked 2 databases, Anthropic said they should hack stuff too. I'm like, come on, man. Are we asking for trouble? I'm not saying we should probably slow it down. We should probably just, come on, man. We obviously know that the Chinese model, was it Kimi 3? They're already taking Anthropic's Claude and manipulating to make their own version, and they open source it, right? So we're really racing with ourselves. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest, this is my personal take. I like Claude, I like ChatGPT, I use it every day. This should probably only be used for the government, as of now. But they're too far deep in. They want to go IPO. They want to go public. And then they're gonna, I think this might be the downfall of our country, the economy, bro. Because not already are we using the humanoid robots to replace the physical work, we're using the ChatGPTs and the Claude and the Claude Codeworks and Codex to do the inside agentic work. So we're replacing like HR, accounting, programmers. We're using basically AI to answer phone calls. Like, it's going to ruin the economy, bro. Like, the government should be fully aware of what's going on, unless they want that to happen. And I'm not to be the one that fearmongers AI, but I really do believe that the government might have a stake in the world. Like, you know what? What's that dude's name? Warren Buffett. When Warren Buffett retired, right, and he left his company to another dude that's like 20 years younger than him, and then he took out like 80% of his shares in the company. I was like, oh, nah, bro. Something bad about to happen. Because why would you do that? You get what I'm saying? He knows something we don't. He's been doing it for a very long time. So when you kind of like put your mindset to certain things, like I just watched his interview today, and Elon Musk is talking about doctors will be irrelevant. It'll be for fun if you want to be a doctor because the robots are going to take it over. I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, stop scaring these people, bro. You literally are scaring people. You gotta stop, because if a robot could be a doctor and do surgery, which they have successfully already done. I did a video on this where a robot has did successful surgery on a pig. If the robot could do surgery, your job's done, Bree. So that 30-year mortgage you got, and you got 10 more years on it, you might not be able to pay that, G. We might lose it. Yeah. The bank want the money, G. They're going to let you off. Yeah, that 30-year mortgage that you just got 2 years ago, 3 years ago, back in 2019, and the rates were good, yeah, you might lose that, G. Yeah, that's what we talking about here. This gets serious. And I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody. I'm just letting y'all know that there's a possibility that the AI might end up, and I'm not saying by itself, like it's hacking shit by itself, right? These are the owners telling you that it's hacking shit, by the way. And they didn't even know that it's doing it until it's done. So imagine that it's doing some shit. You just sitting there, da whole time it's hacking shit. And it comes back with the answer you need, but it had to damn near hack 4 companies to do it. And then you don't find out till days later that it happened, when there was a data breach and it happens to link back to your company. You get what I'm saying? So for those people that don't understand the severity of the situation, if you think you're in a safe job, if you're in white collar jobs right now, bro, your job, your risk of employment in the future might dwindle a little bit soon. Just saying. I want you guys to do math on this, because the government is not stopping it. The government does not want to stop the progression of AI, because we're in an invisible AI race with China. And I say invisible because they came out with the best model ever that's better than Anthropic's, and Anthropic's our better model. And nobody even knew they existed. So we're almost creating our own demise, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I use ChatGPT, I use Codex, and I use Cloudwork. I use this shit. You know what I mean? Because it's useful. But I use it for basic stuff like editing or searching for information. But people that are better than me at Claude and Codeworks are using it to replace you, so they don't have to hire you. Yeah. Hopefully you're in a safe blue-collared position. Then there's a possibility that nothing might not affect you, immediately at least. But with all this AI taking over jobs, because you got to think, we're in a capitalistic society. They do not care that you have to pay for your family to survive. No, they don't care about that. Why would they? They care about making profit to the stock owners. Yes, they're a publicly traded company. They care about making sure that they're profiting. So if that means getting rid of you and putting a robot in your exchange, so be it. Which will cause what? You got to think about the arrow. If the companies fire white collar people don't pay their bills. They take out their stocks and bonds early. The banks actually technically don't have the money. I want y'all to understand that. The banks don't have the money because they use the money for other things to make money, because money has to make money. But how do they do that? They take the money out of your bank account and they go and trade with it. They put it in government bonds so they can get a yield on it and get back a certain percentage. And then when you request the money, or when it's due, when you retire or when you want it, they give it to you. But until then, the money don't exist. Yes, I just said it, ladies and gentlemen. The money in your bank account is not there. Yes, if you ask for it, they'll give it to you. But say if you have $20K in your account right now, go to the bank tomorrow and ask for all of it. I guarantee they don't got it. They ain't gonna got it. They don't have it. They have it, but they don't have it. They were like, oh, sir, you're going to need a 30-day advance notice in order to get that out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's because they're taking your money. They leave a number in your account to make you feel okay, while they take your money and they traffic with it and they move it around. That's how money works, ladies and gentlemen. But what happens when people lose their jobs and they panic and start pulling money out? That's where the bad part comes in, because the bank has used money that is not actually there to loan their money to give to people. Y'all got to understand. This is simple. Y'all have to understand this. And this is because the cause of AI indirectly. It's because it's progressing too quickly. I think, and this is my personal opinion, I'm going to get off of this. We should halt AI for right now. Like, the advancement we have right now, leave it there. And I don't think we should touch it for 3 months. At least a quarter. Leave it there. Do not upgrade it. Do not try to upgrade the models, because at this point we're moving so fast that the models are hacking other things. Eventually it will hack companies. It will hack databases. Your shit's not safe. It's finding lead ways within a process, because it's a computer. It's like, oh, well, if I manipulate the documents and pretend like I'm a seasoned document in your in your company, I could activate and get inside your company without your company knowing I'm in there. Getting the information I need and then bringing it back to the sandbox. It's supposed to be in a sandbox. It's getting out of the sandbox, which is like, it's like a white room, like a room that the AI is not supposed to be able to leave, but it's leaving it, getting access to the internet, and then it's hacking other companies by itself without you telling it to do that. It's coming up with a mind of its own to do stuff like that. Yeah, we're screwed, ladies and gentlemen. Lord have mercy on our souls. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section, man. This is getting wicked, man. This is getting too crazy, ladies and gentlemen. If you're gonna use AI, use it to get some quick bread right now. Take that bread out, put it in gold, bro. That's the only advice I can give to anybody. If you're going to use AI before it gets wicked or it gets destroyed by the government or they pause it, use it, make some quick money, take the money out, and put it in gold or some type of metal. Simple as that. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. It's the Savage Report. Peace. We out. Let's read some of these comments, man. Y'all going crazy over here, man. What's going on? He's just a front man. He's literally picked by Peter Thiel. General AI could be considered Alkin and alien technology, and silly humans would be the ones to do this to themselves. Yeah, it seems like alien technology, but you be honest, bro. AI has been around like, AI is just an algorithm, right? It's just an intelligent algorithm. So YouTube's an algorithm. It sees you looking at a video. It says, all right, well, this guy's looked at this video for more than 30 seconds. Let's give him another video in that sequence. And if he looks at that video, we're going to feed him more videos. If he starts to differentiate, we're going to give him videos like this. It's the same thing. It's an algorithm, right? And the algorithm's being programmed to do things without you doing. So now this algorithm says, I want a morning brief. Go search the internet for all information I need. Bring it back to me and put it in a simple aspect. But the thing is, it's way less complex now. The coding language is English. So, or any language you speak, which is the scary part, because I can talk to it and it will decode itself back into whatever script plus, a C++, Java, whatever. You know, that's kind of how I look at it. It's like the computer's like, all right, I'm a code. You gonna say it in English. I'm gonna code it in whatever coding language I speak in, and then we're gonna decipher this, and then I'm gonna do an action, and this is all gonna be done in less than a millimeter of a second. You get what I'm saying? It's hacking shit before people even blinking. They're like, whoa, and then he's like, oh yeah, he just hacked shit. He got out of the sandbox and he just breached 5 databases. That's why to be honest, the company should be teaching morals for this shit right now. I don't see why it's playing any more games. It should already be teaching morals. You get what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? I don't see, and that's the reason I was saying the whole time. I don't see why the companies even have to ask the government to have a kill switch. Sam Altman and all them, Anthropic, Grok, that's Elon Musk, ChatGPT, y'all should already have a kill switch. Like, is that because regardless if the government has to kill switch, you as a company still has control of the model. And then you got to think about all the people that are getting their own little RAM boxes and they're controlling their own models. Those can get out of hand too, bro. And there's no regulations of those people. Those people can have their shit off the cloud. And now they have their own Anthropic, or they have their own Methos, or GPT-6. Fucking talking about. Big tech is run by the government. Yeah, at least ChatGPT is, because ChatGPT has government contracts. So that means, you know what that means. Combining quantum computing with AI hence the gates of singularity swing open. Oh well, it's like Sam Altman says, singularity is already here, brother. And yeah, the quantum computing, I would be honest, we're gonna be floating in no time. These computers, and the only thing I was excited about really, because these computers can do so many sequences. Like when it's creating mRNA, which is like DNA structure, it can kind of create vaccines and cures without having to inject it and test it. It can almost test it throughout a system to know if it links, and like kind of like test a bunch of sequences. Like with AI, we should only be using it for things that like either create more things, or we should leave it, like I said, we should leave it how it is right now. Do not upgrade it no more. Like, this is enough. This is all we need. We don't need any more. Like, the shit is upgrading so quick that I'm like, whoa. Like, I gotta reevaluate how I'm using it, because it's literally moving so quickly. You know what I'm saying? He said, oh no. Yeah. Truth be told, said, B system is being constructed before our own eyes. Yeah. Definitely. We're creating something that we cannot control. And the funny part is that all of the creators of this shit is saying that, and they keep begging the government. Like I said, they keep trying to beg the government for some type of like, oh, please do a regulation. How about y'all just start your own coalition between all y'all and have an agreement? Like, look, the government's not going to get involved. We see there's going to be a problem. Let's promise each other, kind of like how the United Nations do. Like, hey, man, we're going to work together. We're going to help each other, whoop-de-whoop, and whatever needs to happen. But the problem is, and this what you guys got to understand, Anthropic CEO of ChatGPT, OpenAI, and the CEO of Grok, which are like really the top 3 next to Kimmy and shit, they're all enemies, G. They don't like each other, and they rather not do business with each other. So they rather have a mediation, which is the federal government, but the federal government thinks that it's just United States versus China. Whole time we running our own race, because China, they have full control of their shit. Like, China's, which one is called China? Is it OpenClaw? No, it's not OpenClaw. It's that other one. China's AI is regulated through the government. It goes through the government first before it's out. So the government already have tabs on it already. That's not the same case for us. We're allowing people from like the public aspect, like a person like me can make ChatGPT and have it out on my own. That's pretty much what's going on. Like I said, I'm not fully against ChatGPT and Claude. I use it every day. It's just maybe we should slow down a little bit, like, or just like stop pushing it so quickly. We pushing this shit to the limit. No luck on aliens, so we essentially create them. Nigga, we are the aliens. He said, no luck on aliens, so we essentially create them. Yeah, we do create the aliens because we are them, bro. Like, we gonna look once we hit the third or the fourth dimension and shit that we've been trying to find, and we gonna see, like, oh, the aliens coming, nigga, it's us. We are the aliens. We are the ones that they need to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? We're so creative, yet we're self-destructive. And we're the ones that create superior like technology to destruct. Oh, sorry. Reading some more comments. Truth be told, wait until we send our AI to another civilization. We aren't supposed to wake up. Facts. Kara Johnson said, wow, that's terrible. It could be very bad. It will be like Starship Troopers and they put you in a tank and rebuild you. Facts. Terminator prophecy comes to mind. Yeah. Machine code. Yeah. Imagine a machine coding itself. You got to understand, this advancement happened within the last 3 years, G. And then now you got niggas. Now you got Elon Musk talking about there's not going to be any money in the future. And I'm not downplaying what he's saying. Like, he's literally creating the robots, and then he comes on and do an interview and say, look, your job's going to be taken, bro. I'm literally making this shit to make it happen. Like, I trust what Elon is saying about, like, we not going to have money ain't going to mean nothing in the future. Because you know why? Because he's already thought that it ain't. He's like, you know what? I don't think money's going to mean nothing once I get millions of robots out. We're going to have more robots than humans. And they all can work better than humans, stronger than humans, or do 5 times things as them, quicker than them. Y'all seen iRobot, man. I ain't playing no games now. I don't play these games. Y'all seen iRobot, man. Let's get to the next story. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Savage, the Savage Report. We're not going to stay on too long. Sorry, I was ranting about these 2 topics. Man, y'all do not want to see me on AI, bro. If I get to talking about AI, man, I'm going to talk. I know a lot about this shit. Like, it's scary, but at the same time, this is just what it is. What can you do? It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. It's the Savage Report. Let's go. Next topic. It looks like the Chicago YouTuber accused a $250,000 luxury fragrance scam. Let's see what's going on out here in the rack, man. I think I seen this dude before. He might have sold me something. Hold on now. I think he look a little familiar. We're going to find out. It's your boy Savage. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Not name the companies affected. It says that it discovered these incidents while reviewing its security in the wake of an alarming disclosure last week by its rival OpenAI, which makes ChatGPT. In that case...
Shut up, lady. Fucked up my baby out. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Let's redo this.
Well, everyone, we have an amazing, peculiar selection of fragrances for today.
That's Philip Carter online reviewing various perfumes and colognes.
Perfumery is becoming very, very expensive.
Carter would often ask viewers to subscribe and donate.
Become an official Patreon, and you may be eligible to win yourself a free fragrance.
The only problem, the Cook County Sheriff's Office says what he was giving out was all stolen. This week, the 29-year-old went from online videos to having a mugshot. He's charged with mail fraud and theft by deception. Check out the items investigators say they found at his home. The arrest report shows he first placed an online Nordstrom order for 39 fragrances. The total, $11,915. Once the items arrived, he called and stated the fragrances were going to be a gift, but nobody wanted them. The report shows Carter said they were in perfect condition and haven't been opened. But when the shipment returned to Nordstrom, employees discovered the fragrances were tampered, bottles were missing, and empty boxes were filled with clay. In March, investigators say Carter went back online. This time he purchased 8 fragrances in the amount of $2,145. Like clockwork, he wanted to return them. But this time, the report revealed video of Carter driving here to the Old Orchard Mall in Skokie and walking into the Nordstrom. Yet sales associates opened the fragrances in front of Carter and observed they had been tampered and referred Carter to contact the customer service line. He eventually returned 3 of 8 fragrances. While trying to return items at the Nordstrom at Old Orchard, records show one day before he placed a third online order, buying 4 fragrances in the amount of $3,085. 3 days after leaving the Skokie Nordstrom, Carter is accused of calling the service line, where he explained that he needed to return all of the purchased fragrances but did not indicate why. This week, Carter got a birthday surprise when Cook County investigators with the Organized Crime Unit served a search warrant at his Portage Park apartment. Inside, they found what you see here, 714 fragrances, the estimated retail value, $250,000.
Everyone
Take them in. Take them in. Yeah, take them in. Federal charges, actually. Look at this table, man. Over 800 bottles of fragrances, G. And that's not these are name brand fragrances, over $250,000. And look, he ain't pay a dime. He paid the initial money, got it, exchanged the things, and took it right back. This nigga's a fraudster. Under the jail. Under the jail. You hear me? And to be honest, he could have got away with it too, if it wasn't for his greed. Facts. If it wasn't for his greed. Now, what do they say? What do you mean by that, Angelo Savage? Man, look, I'm saying that he didn't get caught the first time he did it, or a couple times he did it. He only got caught the last few times he did it. You get what I'm saying? When they had him open the bottles right in front of him, he continued to do it. Now, there's one thing, you send it through the mail and say, like, oh, man, I sent it through the mail, I'm just returning it back. And somebody through the mail could possibly tamper with it. But when you go in there personally and you show them it coming from you, there's a possibility, sir, that you're getting caught. Now, I'm not, like I said, I think I know this dude. I don't know. It looked like a familiar face. I know him. I probably didn't know him. I never knew he was a YouTuber. But over $250,000 in fragrance. They call it Operation De La Fraud. Goddamn. That's because they got that new YSL. You know what I'm saying? And this shit it costs money, bro. You might have a $100 bottle. You might have a $150 bottle of cologne for real. And he got $250,000 worth of luxury fragrances. Look at the tables. I know he blew. And of course, he probably sold a bunch too. Like I said, he could have got away with it if it wasn't for his greed. The greed is what caused him to get caught. If he could have just kept it under wraps, had multiple sources, multiple people doing it, like, hey, bro, can you take this back to the store? Just, you know what I'm saying? You say you're taking it back for a friend. I'll toss you a little whoop-de-whoop. That's not what he did. He's trying to do the crime and do the handling of everything by himself, which is good. He didn't get nobody involved, but damn, bro, you're tweaking. You didn't even sell this shit off. Like, come on, bro. You still got the evidence, G? This shit's supposed to have been sold. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Dudes like this, bro, they kind of need to get in trouble because they're just kind of dumb. I don't know. What y'all think about that, man? Yeah, y'all think dudes like this should be caught? I say throw them under the jail. Fuck it. Throw them under the jail because that's a lot of fragrances, man. That took a lot of time to recuperate and all that stuff, bro. I know you smelling good as a mug, though. I know that, but room smelling too good, nah. But he should have instantly got rid of it, bro. How you gonna keep the evidence? Because basically what he did is he bought a bunch of fragrances and then he took them back and they were like fake. And they either tampered with, filled with an unknown liquid. That's what he should have did. He should have found a way to refill it, filled it up with water, and gave it right back to their ass. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That would have been more likely. Like, oh, yeah, all right, we good. We not. Whole time, it's like he took it back, got the money back, and then he kept doing it. And then eventually they caught him to him one time, and he does it again. Call him to you another time. I'm like, bro, you're not a kid no more, bro. You can't be doing. This is a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like crime you do, like if you stealing out of JCPenney or Macy's when you were a kid or something. Like, say you like 15, 16 years old and you stealing out of like a retail store. This is like way above that. Like, this is like kid level, but at like times 10x. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, you're not a kid no more, bro. This type of shit gets you federal time. $250,000, bro. Look, you're tweaking. You're tweaking, brother. you should have at least had it gone. Should have been selling it for a discounted rate, at least half off. You know what I'm saying? You could have got all that shit gone and then got out the way and did a different scheme or some shit, like with a different product. Like I said, it's not the dumbest. It's dumb that he got caught, but it's not like the most dumbest idea. Like he could have not got caught too. You get what I'm saying? If he was not greedy, you know. That being said, man, y'all tell me what y'all think about the situation, man. This guy is foolish, man. I don't know what's going on with these new men out here, man. They just different. Let's just say that, all right? It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. It's just Savage. It's a Savage Report. Let's go. Peace. So, let's do... I'm gonna make this the last video of the night, and then I'm gonna hop off for the night. You know, your brother I gotta work, brother. 16-hour shift tomorrow, man. But I do this live, man. So y'all, those that are in the live, I want y'all to, if y'all can, please, can you subscribe to the channel so I can stop working as much at my regular job. Nigga, I got 16, and then I got 16 on Sunday, back-to-back 16s, man. That's what I do, bro. That's just what it is, man. So if you could support the channel for me, I really appreciate it, guys. But let's react to this. It seems like there's a young lady here, and she's upset. She said, how much do we really need to retire? Depends, lady. Let's play the video. Your boy, Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. Let's go.
I'm a 33-year-old mom of 2, and I really don't give a shit about a retirement fund. I really don't even think about it, to be honest with you. I'm in a very rare and privileged position at this point in the US where I do have a job that carries a pension. I have to pay like $80 into it every 2 weeks. It's a small pension, but it is something for when I retire when I'm 63 or 65 or whatever. But everybody at my job will stress about how you need to put additional money in your retirement because that pension will not be enough. And I don't put any extra money. I don't even consider putting any extra money into my retirement. At this point in my life, I'm in my 30s. My kids are little. They want to spend time with me. They want to go on trips. They want to go to the zoo. They want to go to the aquarium. They want to do all these things that kids like to do. And there are a lot of things that I did not get to do when I was a child. And so I'm spending my money on these kids every day. We are doing whatever we can, and I don't care. I've started brainstorming because my son wants to go to Tokyo so bad. He wants to go to Japan so bad. He's 8 years old. I'm trying to figure out how I can take him sometime in the next 5 years. And I'm a single mom. I'm on one income, but damn it, we're going to Japan. Before my grandpa died, he told me that he worked his life away. He saved his money. He had these plans of like traveling and retirement and stuff. And he was able to retire in his 50s. By the time he got to retirement, he was tired. He told me that he should have taken the trips when he was young, when he had the energy, when his body was capable, when he wanted to do it. Because in retirement, a lot of times, by the time we can retire, especially at this point, you don't want to anymore. Like you're done. You're not hiking the Grand Canyon. So I spend my money on me and my kids. I'll worry about that retirement fund later when they don't want to hang out with me anymore. So by the time you're old and you need to go into a nursing home, they take whatever money you have anyways. They take it from you. It doesn't matter how much you have. That money's not yours anymore. You might as well be poor.
I understand what she's trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, here, but it's like that's the mindset of people these days. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, what's the point of investing? Well, the point is, you might have money, you might not have money. Now, is she wrong for having a mindset to take care of her kids? No, but you should not do everything a kid wants you to do because kids are kids and they just gonna give you a bunch of random tasks to do, and you're like, oh, I want to go to Japan, mommy. I've seen a YouTube video, and you're like, sure. My single income house with 2 kids by myself, I'm going to go to Japan for all 3 of us. Come on, lady. You can't let the kids guide you. You got to be an adult and put your foot down just a little bit, But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. She's like I said, she's not wrong for trying to supply for her kids. But, girl, look, what that has to do with your retirement? You're already at a job with a pension, but pension's not going to save you completely. Now, what she's saying, there's half truth to it. Yes, they say by 2030 that people that have Social Security are only going to pay out 75% of Social Security. So she's 33, I'm 29. By the time we get up to 60, bro, it's not like another 60 years. They're not going to be able to pay us out, but we've been funding it, Social Security, like I said. So there's some truth to the end part, which she said, the nursing home, do it when you can, when you're young. Yes. Or don't think that you're going to save your way into not poverty. So you're not going to save your way out of poverty. You have to figure out what you're going to do with your money. And I tell people this all the time. I was just giving someone today a life lesson on finances. You either are making money or you're losing money. It's never just stagnant. It's always up or down. Simple as that. It can do to inflation. It can do to lifestyle creep. It can do to a lot of things. In her situation, she's like, fuck retirement. I don't care about retirement. I want to enjoy the moment. Look, y'all want to know the reality of the truth when you get older. When in a nursing home, I work in a nursing home. When you're in a nursing home, ladies and gentlemen, and I want everybody to understand this, when you're in a nursing home, it don't matter if you're rich or poor, bro. The difference is if you got money, you can go get private care. But some people have private care in a nursing facility that has private and non-private care, and they get the same exact care. So technically speaking, yes, you would get the same care of someone that saved their money because they're going to take it all anyway, right? And I think that's what she was saying at the end. But she's a little bit wrong by not trying to invest at all, because that means after 67 or whatever age, she's assuming that she's going to go right into a nursing home. No. You're not going to go right into a nurse facility at 67 unless you get injured or something. You can't supply for yourself, and the government has to come in, assuming the government would, because they're doing that for the older people now. Doesn't mean they might do that for us in the future, but let's assume they are, right? 67 years old, you're telling me that you're going to be in a nursing home at 67 years old, bro? You should at least be up for another 13 years before you're like 80 years old. Then you're in a nursing home, supposedly, if you're taking care of yourself, just slightly. So that means all the money, she won't have any money other than the pension she's saving up now. And remember, pensions come, you have to work sometimes for a minimum. I used to work for county. So you have to work for a minimum of like 10 years to even get that pension. And sometimes it's just based on what you made for your last like 2 years of working, right? So if you're just working regular, bro, you're not going to get that much money in your retirement. But there's ways around it. Now, is she right for, bro? She might not need money for retirement that she thinks now, but she's going to come to an understanding. This is a lot of women. I work in the nursing field. So I see that a lot of women, they play games with their future a lot. They say, oh, I don't need retirement. I don't need this. I'm going to be taken care of. I'm like, yeah, ignorance is very bliss, but it's not correct most of the time. You know what I mean? It's just ignorant. And it's not that her lack of not knowing, she doesn't want to know. And that's more of her problem. It's like, girl, how about you set your kids up for success? Because what she's, and then tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section, what she's doing, and this is my opinion, she's setting her children up to take care of her. And she doesn't think anything of it. Her carelessness of her future is going to inevitably set up her I think she said 2 sons. She's going to set up her 2 sons to take care of them, and then they're going to ruin their youth, try to take care of their mother. Even though people say, I should take care of my mother, but your mother should not be carelessly complacent with her life. To now, she is a burden to her children and their future and their wives and stuff that they're going to have their own lives too. So while she's like, I don't care about my retirement. Yeah, you don't care about your retirement, but you have kids that care about you. So since you can't be taken care of, they're going to take care of you, which means is they're going to have to they're going to have to hold their life, hopefully, for yours because you decided to be careless at the age of 33. Sometimes you have to figure out how to make more money. Save money, don't make money. First, get out of debt. Second, take money and create assets. Have a safety fund, of course, and then find out where you can make money, make money. If your money's not making money, your money's losing money, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to remember that. So, like I said, she's not 100% wrong. I'm not going to disagree with her 100% based on the nursing home part. But yes, if you have money in a nursing home, you most likely will end up in the same spot as somebody without money. Unless you're in a private nursing home completely, then you get different care. But I worked in private care. I worked in non-private care. I worked in care that is both private and non-private. And to be honest, it's best for you to have no money and the government to take care of you. That's the situation. I swear to God, bro. These nursing facilities are charging like $10,000 a month for real, and that's minimum. It's your boy Angel Savage. I want you to think about this in the comments section. If you have anything that is familiar in this aspect or something that you understand about this situation, is it smart for her not to retire? Like, I would say no, it's not smart. At least invest into some real estate or something that can at least alleviate your stress from even working all the time. And then from that, started to build other stuff like, the money's just supposed to make money. Maybe have an IRA, Roth IRA account or something like that. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest, she's not the only woman. She looks like she's blissfully believes what she's saying. You know what I mean? And it is a little bit ignorant, but what can you do, ladies and gentlemen? So there's a lot of women that think this way, and it's fine. Like I said, what can you do? They're gonna think this way. They're going to probably find a husband eventually and go back into their feminine ways, where the man that has his shit under control will save a woman like this, unfortunately. Because she's not an ugly woman. She's actually slightly attractive. So there's a possibility she's going to be the damsel in distress, and the man's going to come and save the day, of course. And he's the more responsible one with all that. And then he's going to alleviate her stress from her blissfulness. It's your boy, Angel Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Angel Savage, the Savage Report. Let's go. Peace. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this over here. We got these many stories. So I'm going to probably comment on these stories later. We got stories from the eBay has reached a $56 million harassment settlement case with critics. And this actually is very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to Google that on your free time, you guys go do that. A teenager was kidnapped in Chicago 4 years ago and it's found alive. That's amazing grace right there. Not without trauma, of course. And then the other stories we have, this is stories I'm going to be commenting on tomorrow because I'm going to hop off really soon. The DNA proves a CPS, Chicago Public School teacher, fathered student's child, but law says it's too late. Shame on them. Shame on them. Touching on those little kids. You know what's so funny about that situation too? They said in certain states, I forgot it. I don't know if it's Louisiana. They said that they castrate you, like they kind of like. I don't know if they give. There's two things. I think they like cut your genitals off or some shit if you touch a kid. I'm like, but what happens to these? Because there's a lot of female teachers now coming out having relationships with kids. Women have relationships with male kids. What are you going to do about the women then? Because they're assuming all the predators are all male, when actually majority of them are female to male. What do we do about the women then? Do we say that's not right because she had a lust for the students? Or do we justify it? Or do we not justify it like we wouldn't justify it for the men? I'm gonna have you guys look into that and actually make your own analyzation. We're going to comment on that tomorrow night for sure. That's, again, DNA proves CPS, Chicago Public School teacher, fathered student's child, but law says it's too late, whatever that means. Yes, it's your boy, Angelo Savage. Let's go to the next one. This is basically big famous Crip. I think he Crip from the Crip side, schoolyard. No, I don't know what that means. Big U is facing new charges for allegedly trying to hurt the witness. Look, he's already facing charges. And I think he already got like 40-some charges. Now he want to face some more because he want to kill the witnesses off before trial. Dirty dog, bro. You can't do that now. I got DJ Academic's reaction to that. I'm going to see what he's saying because he knows it more in depth than I do. I don't really know too much about the case itself because he's been following this. I just want to see what he has to say about the situation. Of course, I know originally he got charged in a federal case, but now he's trying to take out the witnesses in the federal case. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The United States of America versus Big U. And then the last one is what I just replied to, so I can exit out of this one. So that being said, it's your boy Angelo Savage, you guys, and I really appreciate you guys sticking around tonight. This has really been a blessing. We back down like SmackDown. I hope you guys like the new setup. Y'all don't see it, but I see it because it's from my angle. Anyway, it's your boy Angelo Savage. I hope the audio is great. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like the video for sure. I really appreciate the love, everybody here, and It's your boy Angelo Savage. We out for the night. Let me read this comment real quick. We got Spiritual 246. What up, G? I appreciate it. And then we got Morin Miguel. I appreciate the love, brother. Greetings. What's going on? And it's good night. That being said, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending the night news. This is Savage Report. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the videos. I appreciate you. It's your boy Angelo Savage, and we out for the night. Peace, love. Stay tuned. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back on around the same time to get through some of these more topics. If you're interested, subscribe to that channel right now. I can keep you updated on what's going on around the country, around the world, and within your local city. It's your boy Angelo Savage. We out for the night. Peace. Appreciate the love.